Plenty to talk about on today's River Valley Metro Saturday morning sports show. We'll have high school basketball to recap, of course, for you, the Player of the Week award to hand out, the Miller Hydraulic Ileana Racing Report. I even got a peculiar story to throw in. We'll talk a little Fighting Illini as well. And we'll talk later on with Carrie Cox, the trainer for Central High School. We'll talk about her work at Central as well as her work at ATI Physical Therapy. And even state finals in chess going on at Peoria Civic Center in Peoria. Lincolnshire Stevenson, the top team, heading into today's final action at the Peoria Civic Center and the state finals in chess. And Carrie Cox, the Central Comets, how's your chess game?
Oh gosh, I've never played chess in my life.
I'm still trying to figure it out myself after all these years. But Carrie Cox, trainer for the Central High School Comets, joining me now on the phone on the Saturday morning sports show. And Carrie, welcome to WGFA. Good to have you on.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, athletic trainer is a position for any sports team, be it high school, college, or professional level, that I think athletic trainer is often an overlooked position. It's a very vital part of the team. And, well, first of all, let's talk about yourself, first of all. Tell me about your background and what got you interested in going into sports therapy and training.
Well, I was looking at a couple schools up north. I was debating between Aurora University and Elmhurst College at the time. And originally, I was actually looking to major in chemistry and be a high school chemistry teacher. Well, Aurora decided they were going to drop chemistry as a major, so my admissions counselor was asking me, well, what else are you interested in? What are you doing? And at the time, I was keeping stats for the football team on the sideline, and I'm like, I just really love being down there and being close to the action. And he's like, I think there's somebody I want you to meet. So he took me up, introduced me to the head athletic trainer at the time, Chris Laurent. Spent about an hour with him talking about what athletic trainers do and what's required. And that was it. I was sold. I'm like, this is the thing for me. This is what I want to do. So it was kind of a life-changing hour, if you will.
Well, good for you. Glad it worked out like that. Now, I understand you work at ATI Physical Therapy. Isn't that related to Oak Orthopedics?
Yes and no. We contract with Oak. There are team physicians for the schools. So I work for ATI. That is who employs me. And we kind of team up with Oak to cover the local area schools.
Okay.
So they help fulfill the contracts.
Okay, I got you. Well, tell me more about your work at ATI. What do you do?
Well, I kind of have two part-time jobs because I do physical therapy a couple mornings a week at the clinic. So when someone, has shoulder surgery or a knee scope, they come in afterwards and we help them get better. They come in a couple times a week. We do exercises, some manual therapy. They get a little modalities, some electrical stim and ice. And then in the afternoon, I go out to the high school around 3 o'clock, and I'm there till everything gets done at night.
Well, you're a busy lady. Again, folks, we're talking with Carrie Cox, trainer for the Central High School Comets. And tell me more about what you do with the Comets. So do you work with, I think you work with the football team. Do you work with all the some other teams there, too? I work with every sports team that we have. And I even kind of help out with the junior high a little bit if they have somebody that got hurt or somebody they want me to take a look at. The coaches are real good about bringing them down and, just having me give them a little once-over and see if it's just a scrape or if it's something that needs to go to the doctor. Wow. Well, what do you like most about working at Central High, and also tell me about any of the biggest challenges that you face in your career at Central?
Well, the biggest challenges are, when you're dealing with high school kids, it's not like college where they can come in 2 hours before practice and get treatment, or we can do stretching or heating or whatever we need to do to get them ready for practice. School gets out at 3:20, practice starts at 3:30. So you're kind of limited on time. And since they're high school students and minors, you're limited on what you can actually do without parental consent or a doctor's consent. So those are where you're kind of most limited on what you can do. But that's where me working for ATI comes in handy, because then if they do need therapy or they do need those modalities, then I can get them a script from their doctor, and then they can go in there and get the services that they need.
Oh, I see. Well, I would think one big challenge at Central High would be having to tell a senior athlete who has a severe injury that his season is over. That's got to be tough.
Well, and luckily, I haven't really come across that too much. We've managed to, get things rehabilitated, and, I haven't had any of those senior players tear ACLs in the middle of their senior season, and, they're done. luckily we've been very lucky with our injuries, and we have one of our wrestlers this year who's been battling a shoulder injury, and he's doing well, and he made it through to the second round for sectionals today. I just talked to Coach last night. So, we've been able to manage things and keep things going, and we've been very lucky.
Well, that's great. For any young folks listening in today who want to pursue a career like you have in training or sports medicine, tell us about what classes they should focus on, and any area colleges as well, and any recommendations where they should go to school.
Sure. The big thing for athletic training is you have to take a lot of science classes. So if you have the opportunity to take anatomy and physiology, that kind of stuff, I don't think any high schools really offer kinesiology, but, anything to do with the muscles and the bones, if you do well with that and you can memorize them and you understand all that science lingo, the biology, you do well with sciences, then you're already off on the right track. If you struggle with that, you either gotta have to work extra hard or learn to love it. That's the biggest focus with that. So, and as far as area schools, ONU has a great program. They've had great success of their students passing the certification test first time out. I'm also an ACI, which allows me to have an ONU student come out and help me at the high school. So they get to do a rotation throughout at Central. I usually have someone every football season and then maybe during the winter. So we work closely with ONU as well in helping, grow and educate their students.
Okay, well, Carrie Cox, I certainly appreciate your time here on the Saturday Morning Sports Show and talking about your job as a trainer for Central High as well as ATI physical therapy. It's great to hear that you have a job that you truly love. Not many people can say that these days.
That is definitely true. That is true. I do enjoy what I do.
Well, that's super. But, Carrie, if I'm ever out at Central High School, I hope you'll stop by the WGFA table and say hello. But thanks again for your time today.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Carrie Cox here on 94.1 FM, WGFA. This is the River Valley Metro.